from the very start of this whole building up of this social justice warrior movement that's come over in probably the past 2 years or so, many of the commentators that you've been listening to, even on YouTube commenting on this, have always said the same thing. These people, they don't care. They were never there in the first place. They really don't want to be involved. They want to make themselves out to be some sort of victim, and then they can claim special treatment. And this is the exact case of the San Diego Comic-Con, which is currently going on. And you have 3 people who have started a petition called Geek Consentment or something like that. And it's been signed by a measly 2,000 people, which is nothing compared to when you think about the number of people that attend Comic-Con in that 4 days. That is nothing. And they're complaining that they want a better anti-harassment policy. There's already one in place. There's already one on the website. You even get given one when you enter. So, sorry, there's one in place. It's there. It works. These people just want special treatment, because when you read it, it's entirely focused towards one sex, women. Now, I've been to a lot of the sort of anime convention, and I can tell you now, when I went to the London convention, must have been 4 or 5 years ago, one of my friends got groped by a female. So this doesn't just happen to women, it happens to men as well. And this really is just arguing for special treatment. And this will not, if you don't nip it in the bud, and I really hope they don't cave. I really hope they don't cave to these people. Because if they do, next year, they'll campaign for a women's only zone. And if they get that, they'll campaign for more special treatment, and then more, and more, and more, to a point where people just won't want to go to these conventions, or people will just be outright banned from taking, you know, cameras or anything like that to, you know, record their time there. It will be, you must be at least, you know, 5 steps away from anyone in costume. It will become ridiculous, and hence why you've got to nip it in the bud as fast as possible, because these people are just massive con merchants. And I guarantee these people who have signed these like 2,000 people, it makes me wonder how many of them have actually been to Comic-Con. Because this argument is exactly the same you see in gaming. Oh, when women were being harassed, we're not being allowed to include. Sorry, no one is excluding you. Most of the things that, you know, you're getting harassed on are the exact same things that guys deal with on a day-to-day basis. So I'm sorry, but guys just seem to have a thicker skin than these women who seem to complain all the time about this, you know, supposed harassment. Well, not supposed, because it does happen. Again, I could go onto my Xbox Live account and just show you some of the harassment I've received because I, you know, shot someone in the head. But, you know, again, I laugh it off because it's hilarious. And it's someone who, again, who can't take being beaten in a game. It's childishness, and again, it's not harassment. You just laugh it off, and if they still continue to it, well, then there's this thing called the block burn. But unfortunately, at Comic-Con, There is no block button, however you can do other things. There are con staff and there are procedures you can follow. Again, it's all in the pamphlet they give you as you are going into the convention, as well as on their website. This is nothing more than special treatment, and, you know, hopefully they'll just ignore it. I really hope they do. It's tempting to start a counter position to just say, please ignore that petition. But other than that, it's absolutely reeks of wanting special treatment because they're female. It's ridiculous, and if someone doesn't put a stop to that, they'll start to ask for more and more and more until it'll get ridiculous. And again, remember, I guarantee you, these things that they are claiming supposedly happened to women at the Comic-Con happened to exactly the men as well. So, you know, you often hear the word of, oh, it's to do with the culture. No, it's to do with biology. Because we are hardwired to look at things that look nice, that look appealing to us. And if we like what we see, well then we become attracted to what we see. And guess what? Women walking around, you know, in costumes of the type of, you know, that you'll probably see at Comic-Con are incredibly pleasing to pretty much the vast majority of males, if not possibly the lesbians that also attend Comic-Con. So, again, don't go asking for special treatment because, you know, don't cave into these people, because at the end of the day, it's a tiny amount. And there's already rules in place to deal with it. So it's not needed. And this is another case of social justice warriors crying because they can at the end of the day.